How do you feel after another victory? So, excited, we're happy at the air. People only see the wins. Trophy. The moments under the lights. But they don't see this. Adversity. Everyone faces it. No. Those failures motivate you to try harder. Try again. Hola Prime is the platform used by pro traders. No hidden rules, just fair trading. In basketball and in life, speed is the difference between success or failure. Hola Prime has the fastest payout in the industry with less than an hour. Adversity sometimes just means a new beginning. Hola Prime, trade with transparency. He
want the scoop, she want the tea, she want the tea. I cannot speak, we keepin' it street, we keepin' it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat, you still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been cheap.
Alrighty guys, so as you guys can see here, we are looking at NAS 100. This is a pair that I trade. If you are within my trading group, this is the pair that I only send out signals for. And yeah, so if you want to be a part of my trading group, you can go ahead and sign up using the link in my description. All right, guys, so right now I am at the day chart, or looking at the day chart for NAS. So the whole process of finding a trend is simply looking at the older time frames. I typically stop at a day. If you are someone who is a day trader, you can possibly look into the months and so forth, but I just look at the day. The day is really going to show you basically the overall trend for that specific day that you are trading, right? So for instance, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom out. And this is how you kind of determine what type of trend. Just by looking at this chart without actually putting any of my indicators or things in that nature, I can already say that this is going to be an uptrend. Okay, and what I mean by that is simply this here. As you guys can see here, it's going upwards. Okay. Okay, so it's going upwards. Now, in one case, it did go for a little downtrend here, as you guys can see here. Okay, so we're just going to drag it all the way there. So overall, for NAS 100, it is an overall uptrend. Days before that, okay, this was back in 2022, because it's letting you know here, it was a downtrend for a little bit. This is a downtrend. Guys, it's very simple. Do not make trends hard. I think when you try to overdo identifying trends, it can really take away great opportunities within the market. The overall reason of understanding what the trend is for this pair is simply because you get an idea of what trade would be appropriate to take, whether it be a buy versus a sell. In this case, since it is an uptrend, we're going to go forward with buys, because we know that there's going to be a lot of buy opportunities within the market versus sales. Now, you can go in and get some profits by doing some sales. However, there's a high chance that it will not go, like it will not work. Basically, there's a high chance that it will not work, simply because the overall momentum of the market right now is going up. So there's a lot more buying power than it is for sell power, right? So you definitely, as a beginner trader, you just want to follow the trend. It's very easy. And once you identify the trend, then trading overall just kind of gets a little bit better and easier altogether. I think that was one of the things that messed me up when I was a beginner trader. I was wanting to just know what is the take profit and the price entry. I didn't care about nothing else. I was just trying to make money and not really understanding how people were actually trading. And once I actually broke it down to myself and practice it, it just kind of clicked. And that kind of correlates and gets back to my actual strategy of how I trade with the trend. This is my strategy style, and this is what works for me. And I'm going to keep it going. For those that are in my trading signal group, you understand that this does work. My strategy does work. And you are starting to see profits, right? Or you are ready to start your accounts with Hola Prime or with any other broker to actually start making real money, because maybe you were using a demo account while using my trading signals. But this is pretty much the easiest way to determine and identify what is an uptrend versus a downtrend. As you notice, with an uptrend, it's going to keep going at a diagonal way. With the market, you will never see where the market just kind of goes straight up. It's just not going to happen. It's always going to be diagonal, as you guys can see. You know, it's just going to be more of a little shift versus straight up. Okay, so that is what you're looking for. When you're looking for a buy opportunity, you're looking for a straight above. Now, the thing is, to determine that this is an overall uptrend, you would basically go, so I'm going back into my strategy that I normally use. To determine that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go at my 4 hours, and I'm just going to see where my line for my uptrend is at. So as you guys can see, it did not, because this area right here definitely passed by or passed through my uptrend line. And it could have been a possibility where the trend could have reversed and went into a downtrend rather, but it did not. It was bouncing around this line and then it shot back up to still remain in its uptrend form, right? Then we want to go to our 1 hour. Okay, so same thing here. We can go ahead. Let's see. We can actually do another line just to make it more precise with where the market is at now. So this is where the market is at. And again, this is also showing a uptrend, okay? Last but not least, we're going to look at our entry level page. Basically, this time frame is where I kind of get in as far as what buying opportunity am I going to get into the market. And this is going to determine my price entry as well as my TP and my stop loss, okay? So we're going to go to the 15 minutes. All right, and as you guys can see, just from the hour to the 15 minutes, it's still in that uptrend. And overall, this is basically getting me confident of determining what type of opportunity I kind of want to get into the market, as you guys can see here. So the thing is with trading, guys, a very important advice that I would like to share with you all is the market repeats. It's literally history when it comes to the market. It repeats history. And I mean that because, y'all, there is most likely going to pass up this entry point again. The overall purpose behind the market is to get a lot of traders out, is to really suck their money up and then reverse back into the buy opportunity. That's why it's very important that you set your stop loss, you set your TP, or you set those pending orders, because the market is not your friend at the end of the day. They're wanting to make money just like you're wanting to make money. So when you do get into the market, it's very important to find a strategy that works for you and that you see yourself being more profitable with. while you're using the strategy, because if not, you're going to keep losing money, and that's not the purpose of trading. If you notice that you're losing a lot more money than you're actually putting into your trading account, that's when you kind of got to take a pause, take a step back, and realign your strategy, work on it a little bit more, work in your demo account a little bit more, and just focus. You know what I'm saying? I am literally sharing the sauce to Forex, guys. It's completely easy to dominate within this market. You just have to look at it and know your strengths when it comes to Forex, and also be aware of the opportunities. Like I mentioned to you before, it's going to come back up in this level here, right? Now, we don't know when it will, but it will, okay? And that's when you start creating your pending orders and grab your pips and go, okay? But hopefully this was an informative way of how to navigate and analyze what is an uptrend versus a downtrend. Guys, it's very simple. I do not like overcomplicating things when it doesn't need to be. So hopefully it was very helpful for you all. If you haven't already, go ahead and go like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel, because it is what? It is free. And also, guys, please comment in the comment section of what other videos, educational videos, that you would like for me to explain to you. Maybe you are not understanding certain terminologies or certain indicators. Please comment that down below so that I can further assist you guys in whichever way possible. But thank you so much for tuning in, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.